Hey, good morning, Arklatex. I'm TW Star.
And I'm Keristen Holmes. It is Friday, March 17th.
A man murdered in his home. We'll tell you what police are saying about that.
And a 6-year-old boy hit by a car and that driver just kept going. This morning, that driver is behind bars.
And we are wrapping up our work week with a little bit of drizzle, lots of clouds. What else as we begin the weekend? We'll take a look.
The AKA Regional Conference in full effect. We're live from the Shreveport Convention Center with details.
Hey guys, it's Friday. That's why we're listening to some beautiful music this morning. Arklatex Sounds, the music of Debbie Jackson Burke.
But we begin with some breaking news for you this morning. Shreveport police are at the scene of a deadly shooting. They tell us they got a call just before 3 o'clock to Patsman Street at the Canaan Apartments. Details are still coming in, but we've been told by detectives there at the scene that a man was in his home with his girlfriend putting his kids to sleep when he was shot through a window. He died there at the scene. It's a really sad situation. Right now, police don't have any suspects. And another story for you. A 6-year-old rushed to the hospital after a Ford SUV plows into him, and now that suspect is in custody. The little boy was taken to University Health and suffers from a broken pelvis, but thankfully he's going to be okay. 55-year-old Floyd Scroggins, the guy you see there on your screen, is charged in this hit and run. Police say he had no insurance and also was driving on a suspended license. Scroggins allegedly hit the child at the intersection of Hollywood and Lucille, and then he just drove away. Witnesses recognized his car, and that led officers to Scroggins just a short distance away at a house on Joe Louis Street. That's near Broadway. Officers were able to quickly make an arrest here. Pieces of the suspect's headlight were found at the scene, and then they fit perfectly into that broken headlight of the man's car in the driveway. It hasn't been determined yet whether or not the suspect was under the influence at the time of this hit and run, but we will keep you updated on this story. And this reminder now for Louisiana voters, early voting is underway for that March 25th special election.
It runs through tomorrow. One of the most talked about races in our area, state representative for the 8th district. It's to replace now U.S. Representative Mike Johnson. Hours are from 8:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. Don't forget to bring an ID. 6:02 right now. Centenary College is getting a new leader today. Dr. Christopher L. Holloman will officially become the 31st president of Centenary College of Louisiana a little bit later today. The school has planned a formal inauguration ceremony and day of events that starts at 11 o'clock.
All right, let's take a look at what we have out there for you right now. 6:03, and temperatures are in the 60s across much of the area. It's 62 right now, Shreveport Bossier and in Texarkana. 64 out in Mount Pleasant, Nacogdoches. 65, a little breezy. South winds at around 10 to 15, and that's bringing in that low-level moisture and hence the clouds that we have. Also, a little bit of drizzle to begin your day. That's probably going to stick around for a little while, at least through about noon or so. And then we're going to see that moisture level decrease somewhat as the clouds and the wet weather to the south begin to settle down a little bit. We'll start to see some drying around here, but not much. Probably still mostly cloudy for the afternoon with some peaks of sunshine by then. Temperatures today in the 70s. We're going to drop down only into the 60s by tonight, and we'll have the rest of that forecast coming up.
6:04 right now. More than 4,000 members from Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority are arriving in the Arklatex for their regional meeting.
But the organization is also hosting lots of public events that you can attend to. KTBS 3's Andrea Finney is live at the Shreveport Convention Center with details. Good morning to you, Andrea.
Good morning, guys. Well, 4,000 ladies, more than that, are expected to arrive here in the Arklatex for their regional meeting. Now, things kicked off yesterday, Thursday, at their welcome events. Today, lots of activities going on for the public. Joining me this morning, Miranda Small. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, so tell us about that luncheon that's happening later today.
We have our public luncheon that's happening this afternoon at 12:30 in the ballroom, and we have TV1 Roland Martin as our guest speaker.
Okay.
We're honoring local community activists that are trailblazers in Shreveport Bossier.
Okay, and adding to the community, just highlighting their accomplishments and honoring them this morning. Okay,
Yes.
and so then later on that night, there's a step show.
Yes, it is, and we're very excited about it. We have Grambling State University step team with us this morning.
And look at them go. You guys are getting a little preview of what's happening later on today. All right. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me this morning. And coming up, we'll have more from the Shreveport Convention Center and the AKA Regional Conference. Back to you.
All right. Thank you for that, Andrea.
Way to go. Nice job.
All right. So we have an update to a story we brought you yesterday morning. A man was shot to death and another man hurt after an attempted home invasion on Queens Highway. This morning, police tell us a second suspect in that case is behind bars. 27-year-old Alan Martin surrendered to police last night for his alleged role in the deadly shooting that left his partner in crime dead. He's charged with attempted second-degree murder. The homeowner, 43-year-old Terry Stewart, was shot in the leg during this incident. Stewart was taken to the hospital. He's expected to be okay. Martin was booked into the Shreveport jail. So if you shop and dine along Erie Drive, we have some good news and we have some bad news.
Okay, let's start with the bad news. Some more restaurants have closed, but some new businesses, they're coming. We stopped by Saki Sushi and Smash Burger after hearing they shut down. These restaurants are in the same general area as Genghis Grill that shut down back in December. Now, just down the street, Freebirds and Cheddar's also closed last year.
They've had construction, they've had a downturn in the economy, and locally they've had the oil and gas industry that's kind of slowed down a little bit, and it's decreased people's disposable income.
But along with all these closures, there's some good news. Several other businesses are opening soon. Representatives at Sterling Properties say they have at least 6 new tenants. Home Goods will be opening this summer between Belk and Ross at the Eastgate Shopping Center. Then less than a mile away, La Madeleine Country French Cafe, At Home Decor Superstore, and many other businesses around Whole Foods at Fern Marketplace are coming soon. President Trump is set to meet with Germany's chancellor for the first time in Washington. German Chancellor Angela Merkel will spend the day with the president at the White House. Merkel is Europe's longest serving leader. Some say today's sit down will be Mr. Trump's most important meeting with a foreign leader since he became president. He has criticized her decision to allow thousands and thousands of refugees into Germany. She spoke to him by phone in January and pushed for this in-person meeting.
Well, a massive 5-alarm fire at an apartment building under construction in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina broke out just after 10 o'clock last night. Take a look at those flames. This fire spread quickly to another building. People had to be evacuated. More than 250 other people lost power. At last check, that blaze is still burning this morning, but thankfully no one was hurt. And authorities say a house in Maryland, it's a suburb of the nation's capital, has been leveled by a thunderous explosion that shattered nearby windows and caused lots of damage to neighbors. You're looking at the scene right now, or what's left of that home. This explosion happened around 1 a.m. So far, no one's been hurt, but the cause of the explosion is still being investigated. And a man is dead after an officer-involved shooting in Milwaukee. According to authorities, undercover officers were trying to take down a potential drug dealer when the shooting happened last night. Police say a weapon was found in the man's hands after the shooting, but he hasn't been identified. An autopsy is scheduled for today. Officers have been placed on administrative duties while authorities investigate. Time now is 6:09. Still ahead for you on First News.
If you want to rate your favorite Netflix show, it's about to get even easier.
And in today's Health Watch 3, a new study shows us what some of the best students seem to be indulging in. You won't believe that. Plus, Brian has another check of our St. Patty's Day forecast. Stay with us. So get this, guys. A teen has found a 7.44 carat diamond. Where else? At the Critter of Diamond State Parks in Arkansas. Kaylee Langford was there. That's him with it. He was there and found that rock by a stream on Saturday. The 14-year-old was in town with his parents for a baseball tournament. The diamond has been registered as the 7th largest diamond found in the park. An 8.52 carat diamond was found last year, or actually in 2015. It sold for $1 million.
Whoa.
The park hasn't given an estimate on Kaylee's diamond, but it is only 1 carat smaller, so he can expect about a little less than $1 million.
He can expect college money.
Exactly, college and then some. Okay, so we're going to switch gears to an exciting event today and tomorrow in North Caddo Parish. Vivian, Louisiana's Redbud Festival continues today with a concert tonight at 8. That concert is free. Cole Bosbury will be performing at the North Caddo High School. Then it's a whole day of free activities in the square, starting with a pancake breakfast, a 5K, car show, lots of stuff going on in Vivian. All of it's free.
Gonna be a great weekend. That's all the time we have for this edition of First News. GMA's coming up next.
But you can join us at 9 o'clock over on KPHJ CW21 for another full hour of news.
And as we say goodbye, here's today's Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America